Maybe you should just concentrate on your real family. I mean, don't you need to be spending time with Natalie and your real son?
Jessica is my family, and if you lay a finger on her...
Oh, trust me, I won't. She might pretend otherwise when it's convenient for her, but she's completely not interested in me. You want proof? She's been hanging around Aubrey's brother again.
What?
You said you had that under control. I do, but Tess doesn't make it very easy. She's not gonna go near Cutter Wentworth again. I'm making sure of it.
Well, I like to lead dangerously.
Whoa. Remember, last time we did this, you went a little nutso on me.
Oh, you loved it, 2 for the price of 1.
You're not afraid Jessica's gonna come out?
Like I said, I like to live dangerously.
Okay, how we doing? You still you?
So far, so good.
We have found an exciting new talent. Yes, a brilliant young director.
Kid's a real up-and-comer.
And he signed off on collaborating on the script with you, sight unseen.
What loser would agree to do that?
That one.
Oh my God.
That would be me.
I've had my share of legal problems in the past, and it's always rough on the family. I mean, I bet you feel all this pressure to be strong, and at the same time, you're beating yourself up, wondering if there was more you could do to help your husband from going to prison. Trust me, you're always going to feel that way. It wasn't your fault.
But it is my fault. I am the reason Vilma went to jail.
How do you figure that?
I mean, you know, if I'd been here in Landview, Vilma would never have gone into that genetics lab, and he would have never deceived people into thinking that they'd fathered babies when they hadn't, and vice versa.
My wife should be here by now. I hope nothing's wrong.
I hope she didn't find something better to do. Or someone.
Hey, not my Rumma. Especially not now. We're expecting a child. Is that you, my little muskmellow? Oh, you're not Rumma.
No, I'm not. I'm Dr. Marty Saybrook.
Yes, I know you.
You do?
Of course, from the genetics lab.
She could be blackmailing your shrink. Or for that matter, maybe there is no shrink. I mean, maybe she forged the letter.
Well, that's easy enough to check out.
Okay, well then let me run some tests. What are you doing with this? This is our baby.
No. Yours and Lovett's.
Then why have you kept it all this time? So tell me, how long have you been dating John McBain?
A while now, right, Cal? But dating might be a little bit of a stretch. But scratching an itch is more like it.
So what? Why do you care what Kelly does?
Doesn't bother me.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. So that's why the second you found out, you punched John? You did what?
You better be telling the truth. Because if you don't keep Cutter away from her, calm down. Anything's gonna happen, okay? And even if it did, it would be with Tess. Now we're just...
I don't see it that way.
No, you don't see it all, Brody. But you better open up your eyes. Because Tess is in charge now. She's calling the shots. And she's here to stay.
Where am I? What are you doing to me? Marco, what are you doing here?
I told you that we needed a brilliant young director, and so we got one. I would like to introduce Marco Rivera, LA's hottest new filmmaker.
You know, that Marco Rivera.
I don't get it.
What's not to get? We fired the other guy.
No, you got fired.
Same difference.
No, it's not.
Carpe diem. We lost a director, so we got a new director. And Marco is creative, intelligent.
Cheap. Hey, watch it. Not many people in your position get cut in on the merchandising.
What merchandising?
Hello, action figures. David Vickers Buchanan in his Moroccan prison cell, muscles rippling through his threadbare clothing, Freedom Spoon hidden in his back pocket.
Freedom Spoon?
Sold separately.
That's my kind of action figure.
Yeah, an action figure with a spoon. Yeah, the kids will love it.
Honey, sarcasm is the lowest form of humor. Any writer will tell you that.
Yeah, right.
Now, hey, you two. Time to get to work. Time for you two to commune.
Commune?
Commune! That's what creative people do. They're magical, creative souls. They go off to little rooms somewhere, and they take a few days or weeks, and then they create magic.
I see what you're doing.
What?
This is a setup. You're trying to push us back together.
You're the one who needs to open your eyes. No way, Jessica lets Tess win. Maybe you made it happen temporarily.
No, I did not cause that illness.
No, you're just using it to get what you want. Keeping Jessica from getting help, keeping her from taking her child home.
He's my child, and he is home. So stop kidding yourself, Brody. If Jessica's gone, then Tess and I get custody. No matter what plans we make, you're not part of them.
I knew it. It's just like last time. All right, you're Jessica again. Don't freak out. It's okay.
Am I good or what? Oh my god, you should have seen your face.
Okay, you're good.
Good. You have no idea.
Wait, so you punched John McBain and you didn't think it was worth mentioning?
It wasn't. All right, Aubrey, I forgot about it as soon as it happened.
You don't just forget something like that. And if it was over another woman, what am I missing? Someone needs to fill me in now.
Your husband's an adult. He made a decision and now he has to take responsibility.
I just can't help thinking I could have done something.
I know how you feel. Look, when my fiance and I split up, I couldn't stop thinking that I could have prevented it. You know what? She cheated on me. It was her choice. Your husband didn't need you to tell him that he was breaking the law. He did that. And breaking the law has consequences.
Jim Buchanan is such a powerful man. Even behind bars, he can just make things happen. And besides, you'll be out of a job, Imler. Your family back home expects you to send money home. I mean, they'll have nothing, and neither will your family.
What are you saying?
I didn't get a chance to tell you this before, but we're being blessed, Mama.
We're gonna have a baby?
Still knowing that Bimal is in prison day after day after day. Oh my God, the prison! I'm supposed to be there right now!
I'm sorry, you must have me confused with someone else. I'm here to see my son, Cole Thornhart.
Thornhart's in Group D. This session's in Group C.
No, I'm sure the last... Oh, maybe they changed the schedule. I haven't been here for quite a while. I was in the hospital. Oh, okay, well, what day does Group D meet now?
Check at the sign-in desk.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Wait, please, Dr. Saybrook. Perhaps you don't remember me, but I know it was you in the lab that night.
What night?
The night that I played God. I tampered with some DNA tests. I ruined so many lives, and you were right there, just a couple feet away from me. So I just can't help but feel that somehow my fate is intertwined with yours.
I didn't know that was in there. Must have got stuck under some papers.
Didn't get stuck under anything. It was out in plain sight.
Okay, what's your point?
This was in a new folder. You put it there so that you could pull it out anytime that you wanted, and you could look at it so that you could remember how it felt to see your son for the first time.
And
And I remember how it felt when I found out he wasn't mine.
But it doesn't matter. Because you still care, and this proves it.
This is not a setup. David and I simply asked ourselves who would be the two people most qualified to do the job, and you two were at the top of the list.
Not the A list. This is a different list.
Oh, please. I'm the producer. I am doing my job, finding the right people with the right chemistry.
Chemistry, see, you're admitting it.
Artistic chemistry, for goodness sakes. I mean, you and Marco both share a common point of view, and best of all, you don't have to waste a lot of precious time getting to know each other because you've already
been there, done that.
Yeah, okay, but there's so much more that goes into working with each other.
Will you please trust me and trust each other? You two are going to make beautiful music together. Speaking of which, why don't we go and make music together?
Are you asking if your action figure is ready for action? Because if so, the answer is oui, mamacita.
All right, you two. À bientôt, mes chéris.
Ouch. See you guys.
Just in case you were craving a little too much information.
Well, hey, they're newlyweds, right? It's nice to see your mom happy.
Yeah, but she's making crazy decisions.
Like what?
Like dragging you all the way back here. Because clearly this is not gonna work.
Oh my gosh, how am I going to get to the prison in time? I came here with Joey and Aubrey, but now they're busy. Maybe there's a bus I can take.
You're not gonna take the bus. I'll give you a ride.
No, I couldn't bother you.
It's not a bother. My car's right outside. Come on.
Yes, I suppose I do remember you, but I didn't realize why you were in the lab that night. I'm sorry that it brought you here.
Not as sorry as I am, I can assure you.
Well, I hope you get out soon. I need to get going.
No, please, can you stay for just a moment? I think about you often. How focused you were when you walked into the lab. You shunted me aside to use that computer.
Did I?
You had work to do. Entering information, printing stuff out. You're a professional. I was, too, until that fateful night. You came upon me at a crossroads, Dr. Saybrook. When you walked into that lab, I should have taken it as a sign, a chance to stop myself from making the biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about hindsight.
Why didn't I walk out of that room the moment you walked in? Now that I'm gonna have a child of my own, I can't imagine a more horrible crime. To lie about a man's paternity doesn't get any worse than that.
You're dreaming, man. No way you're getting custody. Well, let's see what the judge says. Well, it doesn't really matter what the judge says, because the minute Jessica comes back, and I promise you, she will come back, your court order's trashed. Ryder will be back with us so fast you won't know what hit you. I don't think so. You see, Jessica and I, we love each other. You wouldn't know what that means, but that's what's gonna let me break through to her. I will find a way to reach her for it. And when I do, Tess will never show her face again. Yeah, well, good luck with that. So far, the only person to get through to Jessica is Cutter Wentworth. The guy had the magic touch. One kiss. When I tried it, nothing happened. When you what? Just an experiment. You son of a bitch. You kissed Jessica? I kissed Tess. And all I got out of it was a split lip. She bit me. You need any more proof that Jessica wasn't in sight? Yeah, well, this has been fun, but I've got to go. Yeah, you do that. See, if you're not out of here in 10 seconds, I'm going to kill you.
Fine, believe whatever you want.
But it's true, isn't it? You kept the first picture of Liam because there's a part of you that still loves him. Just the way you loved him then. You know, when we first saw this, neither one of us knew that Brody was the biological father. All we knew is that we loved each other and that we wanted this baby. I mean, that's got to count for something, right? I mean, that's got to mean something,
hey,
right?
You know what? I'm not having this conversation with you, all right? Just please give it back.
No.
What?
No.
No. What are you doing?
whatever happens between Kelly and John has nothing to do with us.
I wish. You came after John pretty hard, Joey, right after you found out he and I were involved.
Wait a second. No, don't make it sound like I was jealous.
Weren't you?
Of course not.
Oh, come on. Give Aubrey some credit. She might be a lot of things, but stupid isn't one of them.
Whoops. Sorry, I didn't realize. Wait a second. Tess? Get your hands off my wife! What the hell are you doing? Get off me. I knew there was a reason for you coming down here.
Don't get all bent out of shape.
Put some clothes on. You too.
What, are you jealous?
Me? Please, don't flatter yourself.
What's your problem?
My problem? My problem is that you don't seem to realize that we're in the middle of a custody battle here. There's a judge trying to figure out if we're stable enough to raise a child.
Okay, relax.
We're supposed to be two happily married people. That doesn't include you steaming up the steam room with some other guy.
Just for the record, your daughter's on to you, you know?
Oh, give her a few minutes downstairs with Marco and she'll make up her mind. All her doubts about him will fly right out the window.
You think those two were meant to be together like you and me?
Maybe, maybe not. But the really good news is that she's going to be 3,000 miles away from the vile Robert Ford.
Ford. Still owes me money. Wait a second, you and I, we're going to be on opposite sides of the country also.
Don't even think about that. It's the price we have to pay so that you can achieve stardom.
You promised superstardom.
All right, superstardom. But if you want that, you better start working on your part, immersing yourself in the role.
But I'm playing me. I am immersed. Unless, of course, you'd like to rehearse the love scenes.
I do have an awful lot of work to do. There are many parts that haven't been cast yet.
In that case, maybe you'd like to play a little game I like to call casting couch.
That's one we've never played before.
It's a little complicated. Try to keep up.
Come in.
Excuse me, Madam Producer. I'm here for the audition.
Oh, thank you for coming. Please. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed, you look right for the part.
Wait till you see my monologue.
I can't wait.
I hope you won't think it's too long.
Better too long than too short.
Oh, I think you'll find it's just right.
I know this is kind of a crazy project, and David and Dorian have already burned a couple bridges.
My mom's specialty.
But you gotta admire their guts. They're determined to get this movie made no matter what.
Yeah, well, determination's great, but it doesn't always make for a great movie.
This is a chance. This could really kick off both our careers, Lang.
Marco, that's not the problem.
Well, then what's the problem?
Us! Do you really think we should be working together? Especially when you have a girlfriend? I mean, if I were Karen, I don't know if I'd be okay.
Karen and I, we're not together anymore.
There. Now you can't look at the picture anymore.
What's the point of that?
The point is that you can't have it both ways. You're either in or you're out. You're either Liam's father or you're not. But what I am not going to let you do is fantasize about the good old days before you knew the truth. Because that's wrong. It is wrong for you to love this picture when I have the real little boy at home that you could hold anytime you want.
I wish. But that's not true.
God, but it is true. Liam doesn't care about DNA. He wants two parents that love each other and that love him. And that they want to be a family, but obviously that's not important to you.
What? You think I just show up and everything's gonna be fine? Is that it? Because it won't. Because every time I come by to try to resolve this, all I do is I see you with Lovett.
That thing with John, that had to do with my sister.
Your sister.
Natalie was engaged to the guy, so when I found out that he and Kelly were...
I don't need you to judge me for whatever guy I choose to see.
Oh, right. Okay, so you and John are just seeing each other.
We're both adults. What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with that is he was engaged to my sister.
He was engaged to her. He didn't marry her because she lied to him.
And then you just showed up.
That's because he needed someone to confide in. I think that's pretty natural if we ended up connecting so well.
On Valentine's Day.
What's wrong with that? What's your point with that?
You and John hooked up on Valentine's Day.
Wait a minute. That's the day we got married. So Kelly got drunk and ended up in John's bed on our wedding day.
Why is that a big deal?
Why wasn't it obvious? You hooked up with John because I married somebody else and you couldn't take it.
Yeah. And now I'm with someone else and you can't take it.
We're going home.
Ow.
What are you, her keeper? No, I'm her husband, so stay out of it. Unless you want me to go tell Joey that you've been messing with his mentally ill sister again.
Hey, who are you calling mentally ill?
You know what? Forget Joey. I'm just gonna go tell Brody. You know what that guy's gonna do? He's gonna explode when he finds out.
You know what? You're not gonna tell Lovett or anybody else unless you want to blow your custody case sky high.
What the hell are you talking about?
Your marriage is completely fake. Your so-called wife doesn't even like you. And if the judge found out that she's been in my hotel room a bunch of times, probably ruin your chances of playing mommy and daddy. Wouldn't even have to mention our little workout today.
Are you threatening me?
No. I'm telling you to wake the hell up. And stop trying to control Tess. And stop pretending that you're gonna rat us out to Joey or Aubrey or Brody. Unless you're ready to deal with the consequences.
He's right. Stay out of my business and we'll all get what we want.
What we all want, huh? Well, what's your cut, Wentworth? Tess promised you a piece of writer's trust fund.
Why? Is that what she promised you?
I have a child with this woman. Don't you care about our custody case at all? Or the fact that last time you hooked up with this guy, you turned into Jessica,
That's
maybe?
not going to happen again, okay? I have my guard up. I'm prepared. Anyways, if I want to see Cutter and he wants to see me, it's none of your damn business. Unless you never want to see Ryder again.
Is that true, Joey? Kelly's with someone else and you can't handle it?
Kelly doesn't know what she's talking about. Why are you listening to her and not me?
Well,
I told you why I went after John. All right? I was defending Natalie.
There's no other reason at all?
Okay, fine. I didn't like that you and John hooked up in the storage room. How'd that happen? Kelly, was that just some sort of crazy coincidence that you and John hooked up in the same place where we almost...
where you and Kelly almost what? Of course I spend time with Brody. You know, we're both worried about Jess and we're trying to support one another. I mean, I think you could understand that.
I'm not talking about Jessica.
So it's about the baby. Look, John, I'm still kind of a new mom here. Brody is offering his help. I'm not going to turn him down.
Good. So what's stopping you from becoming a family? I'm asking you, what's holding you back?
What's holding me back is that Brody loves Jessica and I'm still in love with you. You know that. As impossible as you make it.
No. Let's get this straight. What made it impossible is when you slept with the other guy that had his baby.
Well, you're right. To deceive someone about the paternity of a child is a terrible thing. You must have had your reasons.
Shallow reasons. I feared for my job. I remember it so clearly, my heart pounding as I waited for you to leave the lab. You were at that computer for such a long time. It seemed like forever to just print out one document. Man, I could have used that time to come to my senses, walk away.
You gotta stop torturing yourself. You know, what's done is done.
How can you know?
Oh, I do know.
How can you?
Well, we might have a little more in common than you think.
Roma! My jasmine flower.
Okay, I'll be leaving you two alone. Nice talking to you. Bye. Who's that woman?
That's The doctor who walked into the genetics lab the night that when I changed those results.
Oh, yeah, you said that when she came in, you almost left.
If only I had, then I'd be at home with you, preparing for our child. Take off your coat. I want to see your baby bump.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. I'll get that for you. Maternity results for Natalie Banks. What are you doing with those?
I know I thought that we just needed time, but all the time in the world is not going to help if you can't forgive me. I slept with Brody, I lied, but for you, there's no going back. So I guess maybe we should just move on. Like, really move on.
You gotta promise me one thing, Madam Producer.
Anything you want.
You gotta promise me that none of your future casting sessions are gonna end like this.
Oh, sweetheart. We are married now. I'm not going to betray my vows.
Come here. I apologize, but when we have precious few moments together like this, I get a little crazy. You sure you can't come back to LA with me?
No. Of course I can't. You know, mayor of Lambview. And besides which, you know, I now know that your career is just as important as mine.
You're okay with this?
Absolutely.
Being mayor of Lambview and producing a major motion picture over the phone.
You've heard about multitasking? I excel at it. Anyway, how hard can producing a movie be? I've been thinking. For the part of Dorian, let's put an offer out to Angelina.
You can't be serious. She's not pretty enough to play you. Now, her, on the other hand.
Her? Turn that over. I want to make something perfectly clear to you. The only on-set romance during the making of this picture is going to be those two sweet young kids downstairs.
I'm sorry things didn't work out.
You probably think I deserve it after the way I treated you.
I don't think that, Langston.
I acted like a spoiled brat, seeing Ford behind your back, lying to you, lying to myself.
Well, that doesn't mean that I want to see you hurt. I would never want that. But I'm not sorry that you guys aren't together anymore, especially if he wasn't making you happy.
So tell me the truth. Do you really think you can work with me after everything I did to you?
You're using my child to threaten me. Nice.
Well, you want Ryder, and I need my space, that's all.
Uh-huh. And is space code for having sex with whoever, whenever you want?
Pretty much.
Just don't get caught.
It's pretty great how you faced him down.
It wasn't hard.
That's because he's an idiot. But you, on the other hand, think I'm in love. No more worry.
What exactly happened between you and Kelly in the storeroom? Or do I have to ask Kelly?
No, Aubrey, I told you already, all right? We got locked in the storeroom together. It was months ago.
I remember. I also remember you said nothing happened.
That's right. Nothing happened.
I've heard enough. More than enough. I need you to tell me right now why you never mentioned anything about that fight with John McBain.
Aubrey, I've said all I'm gonna say. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Joey, are you sorry you married me?
Oh my God, of course not. Aubrey, I love you. I mean, why would you ask something like that?
It's all yours.
I hate to say this, but you know, maybe Marty's right. You and Kelly, you're not some revenge thing. It's just real. Why were you holding that picture? And why do I keep asking you questions that I know you're not going to answer? It doesn't want to come off.
Please take off your coat.
Vimal, it's freezing. I don't want the baby to catch a cold.
Rama, that's scientifically impossible.
Vimal, I do not want to take my coat off, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I snapped at you. It's just this whole situation is just so hard.
Clint Buchanan is taking care of you, right? After everything I've done for him?
Oh yeah, he's been quite generous. I'm living in his mansion now, in the lap of luxury.
But you're there all alone, without your husband. I hate to think of you so unhappy.
Well, it's okay. I have friends. In fact, one of them drove me here right now. He's really very kind.
He?
His name is Christian Vega.
The same Christian Vega that I saw on television?
They let you watch television?
Yeah, I earned some privileges for my work in the prison laundry. But I saw Christian Vega on Access Landview after he had been arrested for assault.
Oh, Vimal, I'm sure that's a misunderstanding. He's really, really very nice.
Is he? The program also mentioned that he holds the title Landview's Best Arms.
Oh, Vimal, come here. Don't be jealous. Christian's just a friend, okay? Everybody needs friends. Even you. Is there anyone here you can talk to?
Well, some have tried, but I don't think they have my best interests at heart. So, tell me more about this Christian Vega.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry, but when I saw Natalie's name, I know you broke into the lab and made a copy of her DNA results. You held it over her head for a
Yes, I know, and I regret that, but I wasn't well then, and I'm much better now.
I hope so. But if you are, why are you still carrying those around in your purse?
Take it. If all we're gonna be is professional colleagues, then I have no need to hold on to it.
Keep it, Natalie. I don't need it anymore.
It's your mom's. It belongs to you.
I thought you'd have that ring forever.
So did I.
Are you okay?
Just get me out of here.
I know it must seem strange to you that I still have these results, but it just kind of, it's like a safeguard, to remind myself.
Of what?
What I'm capable of.
There's a time I would have had to say no. I couldn't work with you. I was too angry. I was too hurt. But when I came to visit my dad in the hospital, something changed. I felt like we could actually be friends.
Yeah, it's one thing to be friends when you're in California and I'm here, but it might not be so easy at close range.
So we'll start out as collaborators. Focus on the work. See if we can survive that. What do you say? Will you give it a shot?
To collaboration. Boy, do we have our work cut out for us.
Visiting hour's over, ma'am.
no. All right, baby. I'll see you soon, okay? I love you.
I hope that next time I see you, I can put my hand on your belly and feel our child. Being here, it's worth the sacrifice, Rama, if it means I'm gonna give our baby a better life.
Yes, yes, you are, baby, okay? I love you. I'll see you later. Bye.
Mr. Vega, Rama tells me that you two are friends. Just keep Landview's best arms off my wife. All right? She's in a delicate condition.
What was that about?
That's just Vimal. He thinks I'm very fragile. Shall we?
Maybe we should stay out of each other's way for a little while.
Why with me?
Hunter, you better still be in here because I need to forget about my husband for a while. He wants to be jealous of Kelly. I'll give him something to be jealous of.
Whoa! I've heard of kissing cousins. This is ridiculous.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.
On the next One Life to Live.
I never stopped loving you.
Are you going back to Vicky?
I can't be married to someone who's in love with someone else.
I'm leaving Landview.